Thousands of ships carrying passengers or cargo set sail from various ports across the world each year. International Day of the Seafarer is aimed at honouring those who risk the high seas to keep global trade afloat.
About 90% of our trade happens in our oceans, and seafarers are behind that. They ensure that whatever that might happen because of pollution, be it by plastics or oil and so on, it doesn't happen. So whatever that we talk about, as a matter of fact, the real implementers of that, the greening of maritime, they are the implementers of that.
South Africa is a signatory to the MARPOL Convention, established after the United Kingdom's Tory Canyon oil spill of 1967, the largest disaster of its kind at the time. This is the main international convention aimed at the prevention of pollution from ships.
As we celebrate 50th anniversary of the International Convention for Prevention of Pollution from Ships, which is MARPOL, the amendments effected to MARPOL, which are made periodically at the Marine Environmental Protection Committee known as MEPC, must aim to improve the quality of life as countries make an undertaking to reduce carbon emissions. The role of the seafarers once again comes into spotlight as they are fundamental to assist in the implementation of measures to reduce the impact of greenhouse gases and ensure that we have clean and pollution-free oceans.
Measures to prevent and combat pollution from ships in the marine environment are also set out in the South African Maritime Safety Authority Act.
We just drew attention to some of the components of the activities in terms of the husbandry on board a ship, how they execute their activities in a safe and environmentally friendly manner, as well as drawing the attention in terms of the international monitoring of some of these activities so that there's no illegal dumping, there's no garbage disposal out at sea, that it's all properly structured, they have pure, efficient and effective systems on board to manage whatever spills that they have on board, as well as to keep records of any dumping that they may do in whichever part of the ocean that they're doing, if they need to do that.
Environmental activists say seafarers have an important role to play in ocean protection.
Pollution at sea, no plastic supposed to go overboard, but unfortunately we know it does happen. So I think the biggest area of expansion that we need to look at would be compliance. It's a difficult one because the vessels are out there, and that is where our seafarers can play a role. Because if they start setting the trend and leading by example, and they pick up that packet and instead of letting it blow into the ocean, they make sure that last bit of net comes out, it can make a huge difference.
Chikunga has urged learners attending the event to consider careers in seafaring, as there's an increasing demand for seafarers from South Africa. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.